We live in a beautiful world providing us the things we need to live. Just like trees, they provide us with different things that may be useful in our daily lives, especially as students. Paper is a necessity for us, which is one of the common products from trees.
All sorts of paper are commonly made from trees. The first step of converting a piece of raw wood into a sheet of paper is to let them pass through a bark skimming machine, where they will rub together to remove the trunks of the bark. In the power boilers, the bark is collected and is thrown over fire to convert it into fuel. After all those steps, the debarked logs go into a massive chipping unit, which makes them into smaller pieces, and after that, it proceeds to the digesters, which is a large pressure boiler that transforms the chips earlier now into an oatmeal like pulp. It is then cooked to remove unwanted substances and transferred and run into a mesh screen loop to remove excess water, and it leaves a thin layer of raw paper. The next step is to let the rolls of raw paper pass through the drying cylinders to remove the excess moisture. It is then treated with a starch solution to avoid the excessive absorption of ink when printing. Nearing to the final step, it is now polished, rolled, and cut into smaller pieces, appropriate for sheeting, packaging, and shipping.
From our test papers to our scratches, paper is everywhere and most of them are likely to end up in a landfill, creating a vast amount of paper waste. In this modern era, people, especially students, waste so much paper without realizing that it can contribute to Earth's death. People nowadays are too lazy to recycle the paper they use.
Due to harmful human activities, the trees which play significant roles in supporting life on Earth are being destroyed in a blink of an eye. Most of us may not be aware of it, but in our little acts, we are encouraging and contributing to deforestation, leading to the degradation of mountains and forests, which are home to many life forms. Also, lack of trees on those areas make them more prone to floods and landslides, endangering more life here on planet Earth.
As most of us know, trees are a vital element in the existence of living beings. It provides oxygen, combats climate change, and helps prevent soil erosion. But what might be the effects if there were no more trees available? First, there will be lack of oxygen. If trees were lost, the availability of oxygen is perhaps the most affected of all, since trees, through the process of photosynthesis, contribute in the production of oxygen, which is essential to the survival of humans. Secondly, the world would be surrounded with unhealthy soil. Without the trees, the soil would be filled with pollutants, making it dangerous to be planted with plants for food, which leaves people and animals into starvation. And third, the world may experience excessive flooding. With the absence of trees, flood would be more prevalent and humans and other living beings would be in great danger.
To address such environmental issues, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, is mandated to be the primary government agency responsible for the conservation, management, development, and proper use of the country's environment and natural resources, including those in reservations, watershed areas, and lands of the public domain. During the year 2011, to bring back the green luster of our forest cover, it launches the National Greening Program, which is a wide reforestation venture. On the other hand, the Environmental Management Bureau aims to protect, restore, and enhance environmental quality that would promote good public health and economic viability. It implements the Republic Act 9512, which provides for the promotion of environmental awareness through environmental education. Visioning a green renaissance in the Philippines, the said government agencies serve as dynamic forces behind people's initiatives in taking steps towards the responsible use of the environment.
Paper is something of importance. However, people nowadays doesn't see its importance. Instead, we tend to take it for granted. Use a small part, then crumple and throw it straight to the garbage can instead of recycling it. Do we need to experience a shortage of paper for us to learn? Is it not yet enough to see that part of the effect of global warming is because of the trees being cut to give way for the production of papers?